Okay, so we're still in collections and we're in dictionaries inside of collections, and we've already done some stuff in dictionaries. But what we're going to look at is, again, just as a quick reminder, what is a dictionary? A dictionary is a set of items. I thought I'd put it out like this because it's quite clear, and each item is a key value pair. So we've got a set of items, and every item is a key value pair in a dictionary. So we can sort of like loop over these key value pairs. That's what it is. And there's 11 methods for the dictionary, but we've actually seen like some of these methods already manifest themselves with other of the collection types. For example, clear and copy. Clear will remove elements from a dictionary, and we've seen that clear removed all elements from a list, and clear removed all elements from a set, and it also removed all. It couldn't remove elements from a tuple, I don't think, because tuples fixed. But then there was also copy, which returns a what's called a shallow copy. Like, and if there is a shallow copy, you might ask what's a deep copy, but that's another something else to go into. It's a recursive type of copy. But anyway, we've got a copy method. So we've got a clear method, a copy method. We haven't seen from keys, so that's going to be new. Returns a dictionary with the specified keys and values. So it looks like something may be familiar. We could have a test of that. The get method, so this returns a value of a specified key. We've kind of like seen how to get the value from a specified key in a different way, but we're going to try this get method as well. Then there's items, which is those are the items that I was referring to up here. So they're the items in the set of a dictionary, and it returns a list containing a tuple for each key value pair. And we've seen, because we saw in the previous video, we saw items that were made of keys and values, which is down here. So we've seen items, keys, and values. They are the building blocks of a dictionary. Also, there's pop. We've seen this one before because we were able to pop a list. I'm just trying to think if we could pop on a set. I think we could. So there's that. And then we haven't seen pop item, but pop item looks like well, actually it says here anyway, removes the last inserted key value pairs. It's kind of like, it looks like it's the last item gets removed. So that might be useful for things like linked lists, for example. Like first in, last out, that kind of stuff. So you've got pop item. That's going to be new to us. Updates, again, we've kind of like seen update because we've seen it in lists, so we're sort of like semi-familiar with this type of method, but it updates a dictionary effectively with the key value pairs, so it's a convenient way of updating a dictionary, although again, we're going to see a new way of updating a dictionary, which is just basically the key assignment, which would do the same type of thing. So we've got options into it for updating our dictionary with two methods for that. Then there's values. We mentioned values already because that came with the items which are made of keys and values. And finally, there's set defaults. So this one's a bit longer, but it returns the value of a specified key. So again, that's something that will be new for us. And we will go around and have a look for it and see look at it and see how that works. If the key does not exist, insert the key with the specified value. So we'll have a play around with the set default method as well. And this is generally, like, I've done a little breakdown, but this is what we have seen or have not seen up to this point in time. So like whether we've seen this or not. So we've covered these items which are items, keys, and values. So we've covered these, I'll call it things. We've covered these things, or these methods, the items, keys, and values. We've covered those. We're kind of like already aware of clear, copy, pop, and update. And kind of like, even if we weren't really aware of them, you could sort of like infer what clear might do. It clears an item anyway, so we sort of like seen that in copy. When it creates a copy to a new piece of memory, that's the only difference really, is it's actually creating a copy to a new piece of memory. And all of these collections, which are immutable types, we need to we don't need to, but sometimes you need to create a new copy, and sometimes you want to point to the original item in place and sort of like modify the item. Sometimes you want to create a copy and modify the copy of the item because you want to leave the original item untouched, and other times you want to modify the item itself. So, and then pop. It maybe a nicer word would have been remove, but we sort of like get what pop is. It sort of like removes that item from your dictionary or from your collection type, from your list when it was a list. And update was one of the methods that we've seen like previously as well to update things. So we're aware of those. So we've covered these top ones. They're the building blocks. We're aware of these, and these are new, although get kind of like looks as well like something that we should be relatively familiar with, and the same as pop item. And similarly actually from keys and set defaults. So like once we do a little play around with those, and these are the ones that will I guess will take a little bit longer to sort of like look at because it'll be the first time that we've seen those. So and we'll, they're effectively like the new things that we've got. So I think that's basically it for our summary of lists, or at least sorry, of dictionaries, and what we've got in terms of what we can do with a dictionary, and most importantly really is what a dictionary actually is. Just as a reminder, this is without even having any code, which is a dictionary is a set of items, and each item is a key value pair. And we're going to move on into the code in the next video.